Hello everyone, this is Lolo Moon with Cosmic Butterfly Rising. I'm here to give you your April 12th message, and your first card out was a change in the wind, which is number 12. So I found that was, pretty much apropos. So you also have Treasure Island, the Five of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Sun card. So, excuse me, there does seem to be a change in the wind. It looks like it has to do with a loss. It looks like it has to do with perhaps even some regret or some guilt, or maybe looking at situations the wrong way. I do see that, like, she's holding this branch there, and there's these flowers that are blooming out of it, and like at first glance that branch looks like it's dead, right? I mean, it looks like, the past is in the past, and that's just that needing to find acceptance, this kind of like Eeyore, like gloomy like approach to it. But I think that those flowers are saying, hey, no, there's still life here, like I'm not dead. And so I feel like this really could have to do with like a resurgence of an energy with something in your life. It could have to do with a past lover, a friend, something that you thought was dead. Like, it could even have to do with finances, but it definitely looks like it's something that you've been hoping for. That Nine of Cups can be very much the energy of self-indulgence. It can be, knowing what you want. After that eight of cups and like walking away to find your Nine of Cups, this is being very assured in what you want. And it at times can also be like, I'm not going to waver on it. Like, I've already been through the Eight of Cups. I've been through loss. I walked away from what didn't serve me, and now I know what I want and I know what I deserve, and that's that, And you could feel like you deserve this treasure island, and the Sun card. Like, I feel like okay, at this current time, you could be looking to the past, like looking at what you've lost. But that's why the change in the wind is here, okay? Because it is like, it's something, it could even have to do with the wind. Like, you could be out walking, walking your dogs, or just walking to your car, like on the way to work or on the way home, or, standing outside on your back patio, or sitting on the side on your back patio, talking to friends outside, fill in the blank. And then you feel this wind come and hit you, and you just know that there's a message in this wind for you. And this message is like, turn around and see what you want, what you're desiring, what you're getting, what you're getting, okay? I definitely feel a little bit like with that change in the wind, I'm looking at the zebra. This can be an energy of feeling maybe like you're different, like maybe people just really don't understand you. With the turtle, that can be an energy of longevity, loyalty, commitment. Slow and steady wins the race kind of energy, where you're, whenever it comes to relationships or your job, like you really invest. And you may overly invest because of that Five of Cups. And you could feel like that's what makes you different, like, you give and give and give so much, and people don't really match that or understand that. And I feel like that's what happens with this whole Nine of Cups and Sun card energy. You're like, no, I know what my treasure is. I know what I want, and I'm determined to get that. Like, there's a level of determination that I feel from this energy. Also, Treasure Island is the number 9, and that is right before completion, right? It's like, it's kind of like tying up the loose ends. And I just noticed, like, on this porch, like this there's a person standing there. Yeah, there is. There's a person like standing right in there. I don't know if you can see it. Um, it really does seem to be that this person is receiving a message, but also deep in contemplation. And I feel like what's happening is that the contemplation isn't necessarily the same as this Five of Cups contemplation, where the Five of Cups contemplation is more like, oh no, what have I done? What have I lost? And the change in the wind contemplation is more like, I'm being set free. I'm being set free from what ails me and what isn't for me, which is very important because of the eclipse season that is about to start. And that is something I did not address, by the way. I forgot about the dice over here. So the dice are Pluto, Taurus, the number 11, and the number 2. Now, oh my God. So the first eclipse is in Taurus, right? I believe the lunar eclipse is in Scorpio. And so anyway, but the eclipses this year are on the Taurus and Scorpio axis. So this could be very much an eclipse kind of reading. Like, things are just removed from your life so that the treasure can come in, and that's just the way that it's supposed to be. The number 11 came out in my reading for the 11th. And so you could be seeing 1111, 111, you could be seeing 222. Those could be important degrees in your natal chart. You could be a Taurus, you could be a Scorpio, you could have strong Taurian energy in your chart, you could have strong Plutonian energy in your chart. Now, Pluto in Taurus was like back in the 1800s, I believe. So, so you probably don't know anybody who's a Pluto in Taurus. But anyway, you could have been born on the 2nd of the month. You could have been born on the 11th of the month. You could have been born on February 11th or November 2nd. You could be a life path number 2, a life path number 11. Just take what resonates on those dice. But you could also be dealing with people who are Taurus or Scorpio. If none of that resonates with you, this could just have to do with the changes that are happening in your life due to the eclipses, okay? So, I also, excuse me, I have to clear my throat. I also feel like the number 9 is very important because there are 2 9s, and also 12, okay? So those could really factor in as well. Like if you're a Taurus, you could have been born on the 9th or the 12th or the 11th or the 2nd, okay? So like I said, take what resonates on that. But so this kind of helps narrow it down for like people who are like, is this message meant for me? You know what I mean? So okay, you could also be a Leo, so I do see that too. Anyway, or dealing with a Leo. So anyway, back to this treasure. I do feel like you're moving towards joy. And just like yesterday, with my reading, I saw a lot of yellow. I see a lot of yellow here too with the treasure island, with the flowers, with the sun card. There, excuse me, I just have this like lump in my throat. I definitely feel like, you could be seeing some yellow flowers. You may find like gold coins on the ground. You may be dreaming of them. Stars, you may see a gold star, and this is where you like receive this message in the wind, okay? It doesn't even have to be outside. It could be sitting in front of an AC, okay? But I do feel like there's a message that's coming in that's saying, turn around and look at where we're taking you, okay? turn around and notice that we're removing something out of your life for you because we're trying to replace it with what you are wanting, okay? Now, replacing it doesn't necessarily always have to mean with like someone else or something else. It could just be like a modification of the thing that we lost. Like sometimes people need to get on the same page, or sometimes, when it comes to jobs, like you need to get on the same page with like your boss, and there needs to be some boundaries that are set down. Like, I am not happy here. And I need to, we need to talk about this, like, this is what I want. These are my terms. And that's okay. And, I feel like with that Five of Cups, there could be like a lack of communication even. And I always try to tell my clients that like silence is not a boundary. Asserting like what you need, what you want, what your values are, those are boundaries, which I know is difficult for people sometimes because they shut down and they don't really know how to articulate what they're feeling, and they need that space and that time initially. But like, silence doesn't get anything done, and so I feel like there may be a need for you to assert boundaries, and that like sort of brings in this happy energy. Like, you feel very confident, you feel very self-assured, knowing that you did that, like knowing that you were capable of doing that, and like the universe hears that, the universe sees that level of bravery and then gifts you with like matching energy, of people who also have that level of bravery, or what you're trying to achieve, like whatever your treasure is, if you really put yourself out there, you assert yourself, the universe hears that and goes, okay, then we're going to bring this to you, and that's kind of what I'm getting. Like, if we stay in that Five of Cups, that can be very much like, oh no, woe is me, I'm a victim. And versus turning around and going, no, I have power, and I can take my power back. I can assert myself. There are ways out of this situation that I may not have seen because it's not my usual. But I feel like the treasure is in turning around and seeing things differently, seeing the light, seeing the growth, seeing the possibility, versus like just focusing on, okay, well, all is lost, it's dead, I just have to accept it, kind of like I said, it's very Eeyore kind of energy. And Eeyore is actually like really loved, like, by all of his friends, and that's the perspective shift. Like, that's the change in the wind, is maybe like looking at things the wrong way. And let me just go ahead and say that sometimes people can't help that. Like, really, like, I think that a lot of like the spiritual community just like bypasses, and people don't understand that like if people come from trauma, even if they do a lot of healing, and they're in therapy for years, like they can still slip into like outdated mindsets. Like, we're all just out here being a whole hell of a lot of human. Like, that's just what we're doing, and it really is important to offer people the same grace that you would want them to offer you. You know what I mean? So I do feel like that message is for somebody. And so that's what I have for you today. Look, blessings are here for you. They just are. So just turn around. Turn around. Oh, also, the songs that came to mind, I got Hit the Road Jack. I feel like you could be dealing with someone who thinks that you're so mean, like you're just throwing them out of your life. Because the lyrics that came to mind were, oh woman, don't you treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I ever seen. That one, that verse. And they may not be seeing things from your perspective. And I feel like that's kind of a little bit about what's going on with this change in the wind. Like it really is a shift that, excuse me, it really is a shift that happens. And so, but I feel like, I'm so sorry. Like my throat is just really like clogged up. So, the sun energy, I'm noticing the bird and how this figure has like, you can only see one eye. And I really do feel like this is like kind of closing one eye to misperception and really seeing things very clearly. And there's something very liberating about that. Okay. And the other song that came to mind was the Turn Around right now. Every now and then I fall apart. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, excuse my singing. I mean, seriously, it's like early in the morning. But well, I don't remember the name of that song. But you know, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So that may be a message for someone. But anyway, so that's what I have for you today, my lovelies, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye.